People keep denying it. People don't want to hear it. People don't hear any of that stuff. But we have to keep reminding you, Umibozu is the legit shit. Can you believe what he's actually doing to fucking Utsuro right now? This man is giving an Immortal the works. He is literally giving this guy a challenge, and that's what I want to see. It's like exactly what I want to see from this motherfucker, and I'm like, I've got to say, I love it. Even as well, going back into the past, we're seeing that exact time when we got to see Kami completely ripping off his arm. I've got to say, like, for someone like Umibozu like that, who's like used to taking a punch and all that, he seemed like he kind of like felt a little bit upset about losing that arm. But I'm gonna say, like, the arm came off pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like, you could have maybe reattached that or something. It's like, oh, you're just gonna throw that fucking, like, that arm in the garbage or something like that. It's like that. And, like, even still and all that, it's like, you know, like, we can definitely tell, like, Umibozu, he was definitely going easy on his kid and all that. And he's like, you know, I said, believe in me, I'll save your mom, I promise you that. I'll have to find how to do it soon and all that. There's something I want to show you, Kami, you know, I want to show you something. It's like, and obviously, this is the thing and all that, like, I feel like, this is exactly what he wanted to do, because he was like, yeah, look what's in my arm, look what's in it, and he just completely like, his arm just blew the fuck up, and he just said, I said, I'm the one that wants to get stronger to protect the family, was you, wasn't it? And he's saying, you know, you have to tear your arm off, and you get to see what exactly was in that man's arm all this time, and it was an Altana crystal, which is going to be brought up later in this chapter. But shocking enough, even after the Kagura and Kami fight, it's even more shocking to see that even after that fight is still, like, it went in, like, Kami's favor, like, yet again. I'm not gonna lie, it was more kind of even on the first fight, but even still, like kicking her for a fucking tree and stuff like that. Like, Kami was really honestly giving Kagura work, and even for this rematch as well, knowing that she's under rubble, that she literally got, like, immensely crushed. Like, she went through a fucking mountain, got grinded into that, got punched into some rocks, and then even as well after that, it's just like, all of that stuff, like, you know, after all what Kami just did, it's just like, yeah, and all that, you know, both what you tried to protect and what I tried to protect are now gone. You know, the things that we had are now gone now and all that, and it's like, so all I have left is to surpass that man. And it's like, so Kagura, like, even with seeing his sad face, right, it's just like, just let me go, Kagura. You know, like, just don't get, like, in the way anymore with that face and that voice, because it reminds me of Mom. It reminds me of, like, don't let me see or hear them anymore. And she just, like, drops, he absolutely drops her in just the rocks, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, even throughout all of that. And just, even with Arbiter just looking at this battle and all that, it's just like, seeing by this, like, you know, like, by a dragon, he's calling him like that. It's like, this is the eternal dragon I'm going against, because I can't do anything. The guy, even though taking a brute sword to the chest, and he's pretty much, like, bleeding out at this point, he even snaps the dude's neck. He snaps it by hitting him with full force with his massive umbrella. And it's just like, even still, snapping the guy's neck isn't gonna do it. Hitting him, cutting him in half, none of this stuff is doing it, and he's already starting to regenerate, like, his arm already from that. And it's like, there's nothing you can do. It's like, this guy's the infinite dragon. You can't, if you let an Immortal die, it was like an idiotic idea. And he's like, you know what, I'm putting the umbrella down. I've got one thing left and all that. I'm sorry, like, my wife, you gotta let me with strength. And it's just like, he does what I'm surprised. He takes a full cross blow to even fucking, like this guy Utsuro, and he's like, you know, what the fuck are you doing? You just giving up and all that? And it's just like, I've quit being held by, like, fetters too and all that, and I'm gonna rip the immortal soul out of his body by force. So I've got at least prepared to get rid of my own body. He just goes straight into the heart, and he's like, you know, he's like, Utsuro's like, you're not going to do anything. Even if you crush my heart, you're not going to make me disappear. And he's like, you know, I'm going to make you disappear, because guess what I've got in my arms? I've got an Altana crystal in here. It's a present for my wife, and it was a crystal containing the Altana of their, like, her home planet, and basically saying, you know, you were born on Earth, and all that. What would happen exactly if you had this infused with yourself? I wonder what exactly would happen to you. Was like, you know, and like, so it's like, you do know what's going to happen first, and like, I wonder which is going to be like faster, you crushing my heart, or me just cutting you clean in half, and all that. And so, you know, like, I don't know about that. But I'm the type of guy that buys his present for his wife a month into that. So just immediately fucking just puts it right in, and I'm like, oh, this badass motherfucker. Like, the guy has had his arm ripped off. the guy still has got this Tensa Zangetsu looking sword in his chest. He's had half of his ribcage just cut open. I'm just like, oh, and he able to do that. Now here's the thing. I think this is probably the first actual injury that Umibozu has actually even going to be doing. Like I said, like I believe Utsuro, like with the whole case when Gintoki fights him, I do believe this is the situation, because the only other way that we can do this is like, oh, the earth blows up and that's the only way to kill Utsuro, and also no way would anyone do that unless like suddenly everyone moves out of Earth, and it's like it's say like they get this whole Shogun thing under wraps and all that, they get everyone to evacuate Earth and then blow up the planet, and this is where they give Utsuro like the chance of the slip. I don't know if they would actually do that. I don't know if they actually would actually have the balls to actually blow up the Earth to the finale, and like maybe they might make it like a second Earth or something like that. That's the case, but it's like, if this is there right now, this Altana Crystal seems like the kind of thing that is something that's going to definitely weaken him a lot more. This might be something that could finish him off. I don't think, like, I don't believe for a second that Umibozu's taking this man. He's going to probably walk off, probably going to have, like, confront Kami or something like that, and then probably he's going to get blindsided by Utsuro, and this is what's going to kill the man. But it's like the fact that Umibozu's dealt with this, he's dealt with his fucking son, he's dealt with all this bullshit, and he's got a sword, he's armed, and it's like, does Kami even at this point want to, like, he kind of needs to pass the man, because the man is fucking handicapped. The man, he's got ribs exposed, he's got his arm missing, he's got a giant Zangetsu sword through his fucking, like, abdomen right now. Kami, you're not going to get any just desserts out of this. It's like, yo, you should let it go, man. Let it go. But I feel like he actually is going to snap when he actually sees someone else take the kill for him. And this might actually remind him of the start. It's like, no, what am I doing? You know, this is my father. Like, I should have realized this from the start. And that's how it's going to escalate from there. Overall, I absolutely love the chapter. Just Umibozu, one of the side characters, giving fucking Utsuro of all people a run through his money, and I love it. Honestly, just flat 9. Absolutely great. Loved every single chapter of it, and it got pretty, like, emotional around about the end, you know, with, like, the whole Kami stuff with Kagura and, like, reminding her of her mother and stuff like that. Because that's exactly, that's kind of why he kind of left, like, Kagura out of it, because it's like, yeah, he's a mama's boy and all that, and it's like, the one thing he cared about the most in the world was definitely his mother, and Kagura is the closest thing that reminds her to it. So if you love Gintama as much as I do, hit that like and that subscribe, but that's all from me, so I will catch you beautiful people next time.